Sensor, yeah, there you go, there you have it.
I guess, but like I'm saying in general, like let's say oh, it's fuck Hitler was my fucking grandfather or some shit, and I'm
Oh,
a
I'm
completely
not
different
being your
person.
friend, nigga. Nah, I'm no. I'm sorry.
I'm fucking weak, bro. I'm
Hitler,
fucking weak,
ah
but
man. I mean, then again, I can't say because I have ancestors too that are pretty dangerous. So I can't even. I'm not allowed
I
to
mean
judge,
shit.
but that is
My
something,
dad's a piece of shit. I mean my
So
dad's a piece of shit, and I'm finding out more about him being a piece of shit, but that doesn't make me a piece of shit. That's
true,
him.
true.
He's his own man, just like I am.
対馬を守ったクロードの話、お聞きください。
Yeah, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
どの話にいたしましょ
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, fucking right, yeah. Wow. Yeah, Yeah, I know.
If
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally, yeah.
if we
Yahweh, yeah.
if we if we thought that way, if we thought that way, then a lot of the shit that you're able to do as of right now would have never happened. All the friendships that you ever made throughout your entire life would have never happened. All the things that you've ever been through would have never happened if we all thought that way. That's just a fact. Period. You can't refute that. There's history that shows that. Recent history, videos, books, movies, anything. That would never happen. So, I mean, not exactly a good idea. Because in that case, it also shows that racism is something that you would definitely be following, because if you believe that this race automatically will do something like that, if their people did that, then you're going to generalize everybody else in the same light. That's the same prejudice that white people would do against us, or people of color in general. So that just makes you just as bad as them.
Yeah, big penis, yeah. Big penis, yeah. Yep. Big penis. Big dick, yep. Big nuts.
A foster family chose Norman. I know it's sudden, but he'll be leaving tomorrow night. That soon?
Congrats! This is great, Norman! Is this
Okay.
goodbye? But why?
Okay.
So sudden? We're gonna miss him, aren't we?
Oh, they know? The kids know?
Come on! Let's play a bunch before you go.
Yeah, yeah, right, yeah, yeah, fucking right.
To be
Yeah, where the Yahweh, yeah.
to be clear, I do understand what you're saying. It just doesn't make sense. Just because of the fact that if you're okay, look, hold on. Look, because
Yeah.
the fact that
Yahweh.
again, okay, so I'll put it into perspective. Let's say there's you. Let's say there's you. And let's say you're Tenza and he's you. And you were the same person who, let's say you guys have been friends for literally years, decades, whatever, however fucking long. And there was literally no bad blood between you guys. And just because of something that somebody else did, not him, somebody else did for the longest period of time and has nothing to do with him, you're gonna cut him off. No, I'm not saying like this is by definition exactly what you're telling me here. I'm just breaking it down in layman's terms instead of going into the way that you're saying it. It's the exact same thing. So if you think that's okay, that's totally up to you, because you're your own man. But I mean, that is not gonna fare well. I can let you know that right now. I've seen too many people go down a dark path doing that shit. Yep, I'm not even bullshitting you. I'm gonna just say that and just leave it at that, because it looks like that you're very, very solid on that idea. So because because the last thing, and then before you can finish the rest of it, is that you're saying that you don't want to be friends with the people that enslaved you. If you're gonna work, if you're not being friends with the people that either enslaved you or did any of that shit. You're being friends with the people that just so happen to have some sort of blood with them from a long distance that had nothing to do with them. Their parents didn't do that. He didn't do that. His grandparents might have not done that. I don't know how far that goes back. I don't know how old his fucking family is. But still, it's not him. And that's the other thing. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, man.
My nigga made it. Nigga, we made it. Yep, up the wall. Damn. He don't know where to go. Now you gotta... I mean, that's better than being where you at, nigga.
It's still wrong that they did it. You're proving my whole point. It's
why
wrong
don't
that they
you
did
invite
it.
Shibuya? I would love to talk to him.
No, I don't. I don't want to talk to him. No, please don't.
Just make a private chat with me, him.
Again,
and,
he didn't choose to be connected to them. That is entirely not his fault. Just keep that in mind. Okay.
Uh-oh. Something bad happened. Okay.
He said, okay.
Hold up.
No, that's not the reason why. I'm friends with people based off of what they are, not what somebody else has told them that they have to be, or what their family has done, because that's not them. By definition, period. That's how I look at it. That's if I were to say that just because you believe in a certain thing, that doesn't necessarily mean that I can't be friends with you. If the core values don't make sense and at that point makes you shitty, then I'll be like, okay, but that's because that person has that individual right and individual choice. Because everybody has choices. And if you choose to be a shitty person, that's where I separate. And if you don't choose to be a shitty person, that's when I'm like, alright, cool. You seem alright to be around. So it's based off of that. That's how I live my life. That's how I always will. And that's why a lot of good fortune comes in my freaking direction. And I'm not even going to say that to flex. That's just because of the fact that life is shitty because they're giving me a terrible card. But at the same time, I keep my head up. And I don't need a god. I don't need religion. I don't need shit. And half the time I'm doing, not half the time, 95, if not all the time, I'm doing everything by myself. And right now, just today or yesterday, I just got $1,500 from my fucking mom I haven't seen in 13 years. Because you know what? She cared about me this whole fucking time. And she couldn't see me because of the fact that my dad wanted to keep us away from it. And I don't associate with my dad. That is not a father. But that doesn't make him who I am. Or vice versa.
God.
So because of that, everything that I'm going through right now is because of the fact that, one, whatever needed to happen to try to get me stronger, and it has. And then afterwards, I'm not going through this shit ever again, and everything else will always be better. All I need to do is just keep pushing forward and make sure that I'm on my shit. And that's...
God
life has already been
damn.
proving it. That simple.
Yeah, invite Shibuya. Let him preach on this.
Please don't.
Tell him that I want to hear his thoughts on your decision to sign. Did you speak to him about it? Why
He probably
not?
just did that not that long ago, so...
He said just do it. Word. Yeah, word. Yeah, word. Word. That's
This
what's
nigga
up.
said word.
Word. That's
Burnt areas of the sun's.
nigga said extra pigmentation.
It's
Yeah,
up to
man.
you, bro.
Can't be friends with you can't be friends with them. Yeah, can't trust them new niggas over there. Yeah, yeah.
I'm fucking
Niggas that took
bro.
over our land. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah.
He said.
どの話
He
で
said
も
okay.
語りましょうぞ。
He's everything. Yeah, he's one with Yahweh. Yahweh. Yeah, my nigga, Yahweh. Yahweh power, my nigga. Yahweh power. Power, Yahweh. Power, Yahweh power, man.
I'm fucking weak. I'm gonna get these people to yell
Power,
at me and
Yahweh.
shit. He's trying
power.
to he's trying to say something, but like he killing. Just say it, bro. He's gonna keep
Power,
saying it. Just let him
Yahweh,
be.
man, Power.
Just kill him.
象に
Power,
潜む
power.
鬼。
Right, the song. Tell him the song. Tell him.
Nigga, just say your answer, bro. Jesus Christ.
So what did Yahweh look like, by the way? Oh, you say what you gonna say first, Viper? I got a question I'm gonna ask first. Too.
この寺を
Yeah.
奴らからお守りください。
Part Asian, part Mexican, and keep going.
Yeah, so design, yeah. Design. Design. So can you tell Blue why you stop being friends with Tentacle? Oh shit, this nigga shot me. Oh lord, this nigga back. Oh lord, have mercy. This is scary shit right here.
Korean, Mexican, and American. Hawaiian is technically still American.
Yeah.
I know you like specifying it, but you're still technically
Oh,
American.
Blue, if you want to go to Tsushima, join my match. If you want to go to Tsushima, bro, I'm playing Nightmare. I can tell you, bro.
What
I
makes
could-
you think I need carrying, little nigga?
Cause this shit is Nightmare, nigga, and this shit might drop you if you ain't got the right gear, nigga. You'll see. Bring your ass here if you think you a big man.
This nigga said it. This nigga said it.
This nigga can climb like me. What the fuck?
He said, "What's good, blue?" He said, "What's good, blue?" I'm fucking weak.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Hey, so what was you talking about? About Tenza?
Oh, he stopped being friends with him because he conquered his people. Right, this song?
Cause he what?
He said, "Cause he what?"
Yahweh told him to stop being friends with Tensor. He stopped being friends, right? Right, this song? Tell him, Tell him.
Hold on, let me turn my TV down for this shit, bro. Hold up. Give me a
Yahweh
second.
power!
You're right, bro. Go ahead, bro. Oh, my whole game just all fucking up. Okay.
Alright, so what the fuck?
Tell him, son, yeah, tell him.
クロードが残した数々の手柄。その一つをお
He
話し
conquered your people. What? Hold on. Oh, hold on. So wait, what? No, wait. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Pause. Yo, hold up. You telling me you don't want to be friends with a nigga because he white?
He conquered his people, Blue. You don't understand.
No, you do know that not all Anglo-Saxons were slave owners, right? You do know that not all Anglo-Saxons were slave owners, right?
It's another type of white people. Anglo-Saxons.
Anglo Yahweh
Should be in the Bible too. Pretty sure.
I did what I could.
At least one of them. I
White
don't know.
people.
There's multiple
White
different
people,
Bibles.
bro.
Leaving the rest here. Make sure the escape succeeds.
Not all white people were fucking slave owners, bro. You do know that, right?
You're born.
Or do you really think every fucking white person was a slave owner? Do you know how big fucking plantations were? You really think every fucking American who was white had a whole plantation full of slaves?
Yep, yeah. Yahweh told him so. So yeah. He said he had 12-inch long plantation.
You're crazy. You are insane, my dude.
Oof. Oof. Well.
Yahweh, right? Yahweh, yeah, Yahweh. Yahweh told you not to be his friend. You know, be his friend.
Killer, I fucking hate
You know,
you,
be his
bro.
friend. Yahweh told you so. No, you know, no. Listen to Yahweh. Yahweh knows best.
So hold on. So you are ignorant enough to condemn a whole race for the actions of people that you've never fucking met before?
Because of Yahweh, yes. Yahweh told him so. So Yahweh know him so.
Nigga killer, bro.
Alright, yeah, and our ancestors were a bunch of shit slinging savages at certain points too. So I mean, not to say it was good or nothing, but at the same time, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you can't hold somebody else accountable for shit that they weren't even born to be a part of. Like,
Yeah.
that's the height of ignorance.
But Yahweh told him so. So it's okay. You know, Yahweh know best.
Hey, wait, hold up. Question. Jason, what Bible?
Got a Bible, bro? Oh, bro, got a Bible! Oh,
Hey, Google.
Yeah, you know, I am the shit like that. So.
we got a
What
Bible!
does the
And at the end
King
of it, go
James
boom,
Bible say about
that's the end of the book.
condemning other people for other things?
King James!
No. What you're saying is some ignorant shit, dog. Like, what you're saying is flat out ignorant as hell. Like, you're saying that. So like, let me ask you a question. If my grandfather robbed you, right, and you know, and wounded you, and like fucking 20 years later, my I don't know, I have kids or some shit or more kids, and my kid had nothing to do with my grandfather robbing you. Are you going to hold my kid responsible
You fucking right, you
for
fuck your
the shit
kid!
that my grandfather did? Like, what the
Fuck
fuck?
that nigga, nah, your kids are condemned for robbing me!
You are stupid. You are literally dumb, my dog. Like, yo, I swear to God, you are literally stupid. Like,
Yahweh. And James, King James, yeah.
so let me ask you, what fight are you fighting? What champion are you for? Like, are you the savior out here? You fighting a good fight against racism by saying, you know what, fuck all white people? What fight is this? I need to know. I need to understand where you're coming from.
Of Yahweh.
I just pulled up the Bible verse in the same Bible that you're reading. That just backwards everything you just said, but keep going. Go ahead.
The laws of Yahweh.
I can't with this nigga killer. Hilarious.
Tell him to sign, yeah.
Wait, what? What?
Yahweh.
Let him go.
Yahweh.
Let him go, bro.
Wait.
Yahweh. Yahweh. Wait, what are we doing?
I'm asleep, bro. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep.
Sherry, please don't cry. Say goodbye with a smile.
Nighty night, nigga. I'm asleep.
Y'all niggas took me away from my game for this? For this shit? For real?
Bro, don't go, bro. Please don't go, bro.
You being mad at niggas that you ain't never met. Yeah, yo, alright, listen. Where in the Bible does it say hold a grudge for the rest of your life for shit that had nothing to do with you? Tell me where. Point that verse out for me.
It's been fun, everyone. I'll miss you.
I got you. I can tell you where it doesn't say that.
Yahweh
Because
told me,
I'm gonna read it right here, right here, right
so
here.
Yahweh bring you what Yahweh said.
I'm fucking weak. Okay, so this nigga wildin'. So in the King James version of the Bible, let's see, Matthew 7-1, first verse of the 7th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew in the New Testament, which is in the King James version. Blah blah. The text reads, "Judge not, that
or you be judged
be
first."
not judged." Yeah, and then the World English Bible translates this passage as "Don't judge, so that way you won't be judged." And it's this judge mentioned in this verse generally to be considered God. Blah blah blah. Let's see, and then this verse parallels Matthew 6:14, which states that the forgiving will themselves be forgiven. So, what are you doing?
Everything you're saying is fucking bullshit. Like you're literally saying like, you know what? I'm gonna be offensive and antagonistic towards a people that did nothing actually to me. They may have enslaved some of your people, but guess what? Your people were slavers too, dog. Like you don't understand that. Industry, the world is built from things like sacrifice of others, and normally that sacrifice is not willing.
Gonna sacrifice, yeah.
And then the rest of the Bible, including the very next verse, make clear that all manner of judgment is not being condemned. And it literally says, in that same exact Bible that you're talking about, the freaking King James Version, it also says that it states that the forgiving will themselves not be forgiven, actually. And that's in Matthew 6:14. I don't know how to read the fucking column shit because I don't read Bibles, but Matthew 16 or 6:14. So you can find it there. It literally kind of backwards everything you just said. But okay. Because I've read part of the Bible. As much as I don't know like every little detail, but I know in the Bible, in most Bibles, I don't think any Bibles it doesn't say that anywhere. So I'm like, what the fuck? But I still wanted you to at least say something because, like, at the very least, I wanted to see where you're coming from and let you. We're like, what the fuck? But this nigga Blue said, hey yo, let me go down his throat real quick. But first of all,
hey yo, I ain't had nothing to do with this nigga throat. Hey, don't be pinning that on me, okay?
No, I'm not.
Yahweh had everything to do with that.
Man, this man don't have nothing to do with each other.
Hey yo, you're right.
The balls of Yahweh in the mouth of the gurgle.
But I will say this to kind of switch the fucking shit around because I don't feel like talking about this anymore. So I was trying to, so Blue, because I told everybody else. You know how I was talking to, you know how my mom was supposed to talk to me today?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So and nobody else say anything else. Stop. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you Viper. So hold up. You're way too excited. I'm the one who should be excited. Chill out. So I was talking to her and she was telling me about how my dad was the one who cheated on her and disappeared on us and everything and was acting and trying to pin all the blame on my mom when my mom was actually trying to search for us for the longest time. Blah blah. You already knew about the searching thing. But
right.
She was telling me about the story and about how it actually happened and everything. And my dad was actually the original one who cheated. And she was like, I'm done with you. It was because I wasn't the nigga who they would talk to because I was like 7, 5, 8, whatever the around the age that I was. And that nigga, literally all he did was just tell us to sit in front of the TV, which I do remember before she even said anything. But sit in front of the TV, watch fucking Discovery Channel and all this other shit, and never really let us go outside, all types of shit. Which is true. He still did that even after the fact. But she was like, oh, you guys can go outside, we'll give you skateboards, all types of shit. She actually lets us enjoy ourselves and actually be human fucking beings. And she was the one who was super, super excited when she told me a story about when I read this whole fucking, like, newspaper article when I was, like, 3 or 4 years old. And I read everything, like, everything, every fucking word on there. She's like, oh my god, my boy's a genius, we gotta put him in school, type shit. And I'm sitting here like, bruh. And when she saw me, she started crying, dog. Because, like, she hasn't seen me in 13 years. And she's like, oh my god, you're so handsome, blah, 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 all this other shit. You're so tall. How tall are you? 6'2". What the fuck? And I'm like, oh no. And I'm casually having a conversation, cursing with my mom, laughing, joking, all types of fucking shit. And she's actually a mom. She was just hoed. So it's good to know that I have family. It's good to know that I have family. So that's the first part of it. Second part of it, she's stubborn. That's probably where I got it from. I'm not even that stubborn, but she's very stubborn. So she ends up asking me like, okay, so what I'm glad that you were able to do this and this, and I was telling her about my accomplishments that I was able to do, told her about what I was dealing with in terms of probation, all types of shit, all this other whatever. So then, after times that I was raped, and she didn't know about those things, and she should have, but my dad never did, because we actually had phones. I got raped several times by my cousins. So, yes. So basically, my dad was supposed to give us phones, me and my brother phones that my mom gave us, and he never gave it to us. And we were supposed to be able to use that to be able to communicate with her so that way we can keep in contact, but he took it away from us. And I was like, what phones? I've never seen any of those phones. She's like, the cell phones I bought you. I'm like, what cell phones? And she's like, I bought you cell phones. This fucker took those away. She was pissed, yo. Like, oh my god. And I told her about the rape thing. She was damn near about to cry. She's like, I'm gonna kill them. She's like, I'm gonna kill them. I'm like, yo, don't do that. It's a waste of your time, Mom. Please don't. She's like, I'm gonna fucking kill them. I'm like, don't. You don't need to. It's a waste of your time. You don't need to do that. And she was sitting there saying, you know, that she was looking for us for so long that at some point she was making cakes for us while she was by herself in her room, in her house, or rather, because she basically like had cut off like all ties with everybody else because she was way too focused on just finding us for 13 years. For 13 years, she was just focusing on finding us, and she was losing her own family. She's losing everybody, and it sucks. She was losing weight. She gained insomnia. She just wasn't healthy at all, and she was going damn near crazy, making cakes for people that weren't even in her house. She was damn near going crazy, and it sucks. And I'm sitting there like, yo, like I didn't really know how to respond properly because I mean, like there was a lot to fucking take in, but yeah, she was telling me all about that shit, and she was like, you know, the only reason why I'm not gonna go and kill him is because you told me not to. I'm like, Mom, it's a waste of your fucking time. Don't do that. Rather, you put your positive energy, you focus your energy on something positive and something to people that actually care about you in your life. It's gonna be a waste of your time. She's like, you're right. It's like that's my smart little baby. I'm like, Mom, stop. I'm like, shut the fuck up, stop. So.
Well, for the most part.
Right. But yeah, so we got to that point. Then she's like, so what size clothes do you wear? I'm like, here we go. Here we fucking go. So I'm like, okay, look, blah, 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 this, and this. Because I know there was no point of arguing with her. She's going to get me clothes. She's asking me all these designs. What do you want? Dragon Ball? I know you love Dragon Ball. All this other fucking shit. Here we go. Right. So I'm sitting here like, here we go.
That's fucking phenomenal, my guy. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, and I'm not even done. That's the crazy. She said, "I'm gonna buy you." I told her, bro. I was talking to her because she was telling me like, "Yeah, I love anime. I love I love video games, and I love anything that has to do with samurai and shit. I'm so fascinated with kung fu. I got it from my brother and shit." I'm like, "Nope, we got that shit from you." So she's like, "Yeah, I got PS4. I got that." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Mom, are we gonna play some games or what?" She's like, "I love Call of Duty." I'm like, "Bet, run it." So, so then I told her, I was like, yo, so if you like samurai games, there's this game called Ghost of Tsushima that's like one of the legendary games of like this generation right now. And like all my friends are playing it and shit, and they're telling me that I gotta get it, and I'm like, I'm broke, so I can't, blah, blah. And then, I told her about the game, like at least the beginning part where, you know, you got a whole uncle that basically gets kidnapped and shit, and you're in a war and whatever, and then you're the last one surviving, thus a ghost, because everybody thought you were dead, whatsoever, blah, blah. And then she's like, that sounds really interesting. Is that for the PS4? She asked me, and she looking down at her phone, casually chilling and shit. And then she's like, I'm gonna get you that game. I'm like, what? I'm like, Mom, stop. She's like, I'm gonna get you that game. So she buys me the game within like minutes while we're on the phone call. I'm like, chill out. So I'm getting Ghost of Tsushima by Friday or Monday. So
hey,
that too.
And hopefully we could get a raid team going on, because every fucking body I play with is ass.
You're right. Shut the fuck up, Viper. So basically, afterwards, I'm telling her about like how like yesterday was kind of a shitty day because I was trying to cash in a check and I told her about like how I literally went to 2 or 3 places and they were trying to cancel it out, saying that I had to verify it. I'm like, bro, like it literally has the whole signature, all this other shit. So if that never got cashed out, I would have been homeless by Tuesday. So I'm pissed off. Like yesterday was shitty. So I'm telling her about this and everything. I'm like, I barely have any money for whatever. But I mean, I'm gonna figure it out. Like I have this job that will help me pay for shit, whatever. And knowing me, and she knows that I'm not gonna ask her for shit, but she decides to be like, okay, so you have Cash App? I'm like, Mom, don't do this. She's like, you got Cash App? I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, I do, but like, no. And then,
yes, I do, but no.
facts. And then she's like, I'm gonna send you $1,500. I'm like, what do you mean $1,500? She's like, I'm sending you $1,500. I'm like, Mom, stop. She's like, I don't care what the fuck you want to say. I'm sending you $1,500. I'm like, Mom, stop. So she sends me $1,500. And I'm like, I could move out of this place within 2 or 3 weeks. Like, holy fuck, dog. Like that is, it is wild, bro. Like, oh my god. Like, what the fuck? And she's all sitting there like, yeah, I just decided to take off work because, you know, I just didn't feel like working. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I can't relate at all. She's like, I'm just gonna move out of Pennsylvania for a second. I'll just stay in Georgia for a little bit and then just go back to work when I feel like it. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Hello? I'm like, can I live like that? The fuck? She's like, yeah, I'm gonna get this real.
Yeah, dog. I mean, no, that's fucking phenomenal. If I've been looking, I can't even imagine. So I can't even say anything. I can't imagine what it would feel like to have to look for my child for 13 years. I would have literally gone insane, dog. Like, like, I literally would have been fucking ready to kill everyone. Like, yo, I say this now, like, yo, if anything ever happened to especially my oldest son, like, I have a really particular bond with my oldest son. I love my youngest son to death, but like me and my oldest son are closer. We're more similar. If anything were to ever happen to him, I would probably try to destroy the world. Like I would kidnap the president, try to get the launch codes, nuke everybody.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Nope.
At all.
Like, bro. Yo, that's just how I feel. And no disrespect to nobody here. Y'all lives are very important to me. But if I lost my son, if I lost my son, yo, Armageddon is all that would be on my mind. Just wiping this whole world out. Like, yo, and I know that sounds shitty as hell, but that's just the kind of person I am. Like,
no, it doesn't sound shitty at all. Protecting your son, nope, doesn't sound shitty. Sounds like a parent.
To the sign and Yahweh tell him it's shitty. Yeah, it's shitty.
Hey, yo.
Yahweh says so, my nigga.
Hey, yo, this
you can't go against the laws of Yahweh, my nigga.
He said shit.
Better not, my
this
nigga. Yahweh power. I'm telling you, my nigga. His will is the only will and way.
So how did y'all react to this nigga saying, like, you know, all white people are the devil, basically?
Yahweh, my nigga.
Yeah. I tried letting him. I broke
Yahweh,
down as much as I want. I tried to. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know, bro. You didn't say shit, but I was sitting there trying to.
I stayed out of that bullshit.
I was trying to facts. That nigga said, nope, I'm good. And then that nigga said, preach.
Yo, nigga said, alright, I'ma head out.
Facts. And I was sitting there like, I explained my piece, and I was just saying, like, you know, I don't judge people based off of that, because eventually good fortune will come to you. And I was talking to him about today, because I mean, like, shit, like, I didn't expect to get $1,500 fucking dollars. Like, I'm not asking for shit. I was telling everybody, like, yo, if she comes back into my life, that's whatever, but like, she's a little too late to be my mom at this point. Like, you know, like, if she decides to try to make up for it, that's one thing. But even then, like, I'm not asking for money. I wasn't asking her for shit. I was like, yo, I got this job that's gonna help me with all this other shit. It'll be perfectly fine, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, And she doesn't give a fucking shit. So, but that's what a good parent would do anyway. I would have done the same shit. But I mean, if I get to a
I
certain
kind
point
of
where
want to kick your dad in the nuts, though. I ain't gonna lie.
oh no, I want to beat his ass. I want to beat his ass even more than I already did. But like a lot more, a ridiculous amount more. Like I'm on a damn near kill him. But
I can relate to that feeling.
My nigga,
Shit.
whenever you ready to bury the body, yo, I got you.
Sure.
I will come
God
away.
damn. Dude, I have a squad, my nigga. My mom said, like, I could just call up my friends from Jamaica and we can make this happen. I'm like, dog, she got shooters. Like, my mom got shooters, dog. She a G. Oh my god. Yo, she is a G. This nigga Viper's like, yo, can I meet your mom? And then fucking I talked to my homie Chris. He's like, yo, can I meet your mom? Everybody's like, yo, your mom's so cool. I'm like, y'all trying to ask her for money, huh? No, I'm kidding, bro. Oh, you stupid. But like, you're stupid for answering like that. But yeah, bro. Like, it's wild as shit. But yeah, if I can get the chance to, I'm getting the whole squad to come through. Big bodies. I don't think I need to put that energy out, but like for real though, like big bodies. If I ever do see my dad on the street or some shit, he'd be like, "Oh son, what's up?" Bink, 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 bink.
Yo, we're gonna be like ultra.
Facts.
Supreme combo.
He ain't even about that, but you right, Viper. You ain't even about that, but yeah, you right. Super Saiyan, you right. But still, like. That nigga about to do an elbow drop. That nigga about to hit him with a choke slam. That nigga.
So real quick, yo, Desan.
Oh no.
If Yahweh told you to kill your whole family like Itachi did, would you do it? You sure?
Are you sure
but
about that?
What if he said you had to do it to come into my land? What if he said that? What if he said that? Would you do it? It would make it right.
I really want to know because the Lord has literally killed a bunch of people.
That nigga said Noah's Ark. That nigga said Noah's Ark.
Yo, I mean, cause he's like, God wouldn't tell me to do that. Wait, what? Why do you think God wouldn't tell you to do that when God has done it himself? And do you know what he put Job through? That nigga Job was a devout follower. And that nigga was like, yo, I bet you my follower won't give in to you, Satan.
Yo, they did Family Guy make a joke about that? Yeah, I remember that episode.
I think they did,
That should be dying.
But